Hey there, day 124 Screenwriter's Journey. Um, Yesterday, I was talking about this new scene that I was trying to work through. And as you watch me try to work through it, I'm just going to editorialize a little and say on day 124, I frankly never expected this script to take me so long to write. Now, I say that fully aware that in my many, many, many years of writing, I don't think I've ever written a script any faster than this. But my whole thought in writing this was to write a simple script, submit it to this producer that I've mentioned. He would hopefully like it, pass it along to this actress. She would like it, and we'd live happily ever after. And I know that's always the dream or some variation of it that all screenwriters have who've never sold anything, or even ones that have. And so, realistically, did I think that would happen? Probably not. Did I hope it would happen? Definitely. Um, the point is that I'm on day 124. Whoa. And frankly, can I be frank? Um, I don't feel like I'm anywhere near a complete story. As I think I mentioned, I'm trying to get Act One into a position where it would sort of meld into Act Two, and I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of work on the rest of the script. But I know that that's never going to happen, based A on what I've done with previous scripts, and B based on if I want to follow at all the direction or the ideas that this gentleman gave me. It's just not going to happen. And even in present day, which is late December, as I continue to work, um, yeah, I'm not even going to say, because then you would skip ahead and that wouldn't be fair. But again, it's the journey. It's not the destination. It would be cool if and when this turns out awesome and it does get made. This is going to be a tremendous documentation of the writing process, which will no doubt make me even more world famous than I am now, if that could even be possible. All right, so um, again, I'm dreaming up scenes to try to match my imagination of what I want to happen and match some of the ideas that I wrote down in the other document. So Paul has called Holly, told her, something's going on. They've heard from Rachel. And so basically, the conceit here is that Paul is bringing in Holly to take, Paul is flying in Holly to take Lexi to meet her mom. That isn't totally crazy. It's kind of a good idea, actually. And this is when they're having the discussion about how Lexi's going to feel about her. And, is she just going to consider her the lady who gave me back two of my stuffed animals? And then they talk about the Florence Nightingale effect. But I can't honestly remember, because one of my ideas was that Holly had not told Paul or anyone that she had been keeping track, either literally by visiting Lexi, by calling her, texting her, writing her, emailing her, whatever, sending her little presents on her birthday or something, all these years, or not at all. And this was going to come out later in the story after Holly and Lexi meet. So now I'm just reading this dialogue to see, and this is it's funny how how I write like Paul's dialogue right there, and then I just totally change it. I guess it's not really funny. Maybe considered sad, but I think it's. So the point I'm trying to get at, of course, is that Holly was all concerned about Lexi, and then 12 years later, is she still concerned with what happened to her, or has she gotten on with her life? So I'm. I always worry about giving too much away and ruining it for everyone, but I guess stop and think about it. Would Paul still be in the position to know about Lexi? That's first of all. Would have he moved on to a whole nother division, department, etc. over 12 years? Would he really? Well, the reason he called Holly is because he knows that Holly has some relationship, albeit a very short and long ago one, with Lexi and with Rachel. And so my reason for doing this, my logic was that he could put Lexi somewhat at ease by pairing her, if you will, with someone who she at least knows. But then I think because it's been 12 years, how much does Lexi even remember, unless they have been secretly been keeping in touch? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just reading what I'm just reading what I wrote, and it's just crazy. Let's see, this is page 13. So obviously the catalyst was Paul calling Holly and telling her about this whole thing. So this is getting into the debate part, if you're following Save the Cat. And so Holly's debate here is that, does she really want to go through with this? And, what is she getting into if she does? What is she losing out on if she does from whatever her job is on prisoner transport? Or, I mean, she's with Witsex, so. Why is this person silhouetted? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Two houses up front, door, silhouetted figure carrying a backpack. Close the doors. So the idea was that Lexi is living in, well, she got adopted by someone, but she doesn't want anyone to know where she's going. So she meets him at 6 o'clock in the morning, sneaks off, and there's Lexi. We re-meet her as an 18-year-old. Aunt Holly. Okay, so that's where I think when Lexi says Aunt Holly and Paul goes Aunt, and then before Holly can say anything and explain, other stuff is happening. In for a penny, in for a pound. Oh my gosh. Again, not super proud of the dialogue, but hey, kind of an introspective and retrospective day, 124. All I can say again is thanks and see ya.